breaking, the drug maker Pfizer has signed a deal with the United Nations VAT group to allow other manufacturers to make its experimental COVID-19 pill, a move that is likely to make the treatment available to more than half of the world's population. In a statement that Pfizer has brought out, they've said they will grant a license for their antiviral pill to the Geneva-based Medicines patent pool, which would let generic drug companies produce the pill for use in 95 countries, making up about 53% of the world's population. My colleague Meher joins us for the very latest on this. Meher, what are you hearing?
Yes, Vishnu, so this is a big and important deal for Pfizer to enter into, because it will allow them to license their anti-COVID meds to generic manufacturers. We know India has a lot of licensed generic manufacturers to make and sell without royalties. Now, as you said, this will provide medication to 95 countries, and which makes up around 53% of the world's population. But the most important thing is that this actually reduces hospitalization by 89%. The early studies show this. Of course, what this means for India will depend on local drug regulators and whether they approve the medication. This same rule will apply to every single country. They will all have to approve the drug before it is actually used in the population. But it is a promising drug. This is also not the first anti-COVID oral medication to be licensed like this. The patent group, which has just entered this deal with Pfizer, has actually entered another deal recently with Merck. Merck is also producing a similar oral drug that can reduce hospitalization for COVID very significantly. So this can have major implications for countries like India, where, as we know, the second wave completely overwhelmed our hospitals. We didn't have enough beds, and lots of people actually lost their lives due to a lack of facilities, a lack of infrastructure. So preventing hospitalization is the biggest aim when it comes to medicating for COVID. Of course, vaccines do help in this, but this is much easier to administer. It's an oral antiviral treatment, and this could have very important consequences to combat the pandemic.
We'll leave it there. Thanks very much for joining us. It is a very, very big deal indeed. This is the next big scientific breakthrough in the fight against COVID after the vaccine. So there are two companies, Merck and Pfizer, which have made this breakthrough, but Pfizer allowing its medication to be available as a generic, which will change the battle against COVID around the world. Millions will actually gain from this around the world, billions in fact.